Viewers, the latest news about Ethiopia, Amhara, and Tigray region is that, according to the latest reports, despite recent talks between the Ethiopian government and the Oromo Liberation Army (OLA), escalating violence in Oromia has cast doubt on the prospects for peace. Less than 2 weeks after the government and OLA completed their first round of discussions in Zanzibar, residents in Oromia accused government forces of burning houses belonging to individuals suspected of sheltering OLA fighters. Days later, the Oromo Liberation Army accused that government of launching an all-out offensive. According to OLA, they inflicted significant losses after government forces attacked them in various locales where they held sway, including East Sheva, West Arsi, West Haroge, Horo, Godoro, and in South Oromia. Reports of large-scale government offensives and the OLA advancing into towns and freeing political prisoners demonstrate that peace talks have thus far failed to halt hostilities. This has raised concern among some in Oromia that the government is not sincere in its stated intention to continue talks. The resumption of intense fighting suggests an end to the conflict may not be imminent. The government is losing on many fronts, and I don't think the second round of talks will take place in the near future. A Aglomi Oromo Liberation Front official in Oromia told Ethiopia. The Zanzibar talks began on 24 April and concluded on 3 May without a true or a schedule for subsequent meetings. Sub-residents, Oromo activists and politicians are advocating for the recommencement of the negotiations. But their call was followed on 17 May by Oromo Liberation Army accusing the government of new attacks to increase its leverage in the talks. According to the OLA government, tactics including killing civilians, burning homes, and forcing farmers to supply food for their troops and drafting them into the local militias. This move starkly contradicts the understanding that de-escalation should be prioritized during negotiation process, OLS said. OLA called for the international community to condemn the regime's attempts to control negotiation through force. It said the Oromo movement could not be concerned into accepting a subpar political settlement and that a deal needed to respect the aspirations and sacrifice made by Oromos. However, Tai Dandia, a state minister of peace, said in an interview that he is not aware of the reported recent fighting. He added that he held a meeting in his parliamentary constituency in North Shore Zone where attendees said they want to see peace. Trust issue. It now appears unlikely a second round of talks will occur soon with the allegations of government offensive fostering more mistrust exacerbated by the official silence on the matter. The trust level is too low as well. The 218 Asmara's agreement left a bad memory, said an Oromo analyst in Addis Ababa. Referring to the peace deal that saw the OLF re-enter the fold of Ethiopian politics, Oromo have experienced historically oppression and discrimination causes this widespread opposition to the central government. OLF, the flag bearer of Oromo nationalism, has been fighting for Oromo self-determination since 1973. Though both sides said that the first round of negotiations were positive, the government was not willing to accede to OLA's demand for a traditional administration in Oromia. OLA leaders say forming a transitional government is necessary to ensure fair elections and Oromo self-determination. Given the fragility of the coalition, Abe may consider a transitional government risky, as Oromia is a key constituency and power sharing would weaken the regional hold of his Prosperity Party there. Conversely, OLA will not be keen to accept that continued presence of the 170 prosperity members from the Oromia in the federal parliament, as they would leave the ruling party in control of its fate. In that scenario, even if the OLA ran Oromia, the federal government could still exert control by, for example, by stifling the region's funding, declaring a state of emergency, or continuing to deploy national troops to the region. Security dilemma. Another key sticking point, OLA leader reject government calls for its disarmament before a political agreement is reached. The Oromo analyst Ethiopia Inside interviewed worries that the parties as too far apart. The government is so adamant on sticking to its position and OLA is not ready for immediate disarmament, he said. OLF split from the OLF in 2019 when commanders opposed disarmament plans and other aspects of how the formerly exiled OLF's return to Ethiopia was handled after signing a peace deal in Asmara with Prime Minister Abe in 2018. Since then, OLA has been waging an insurgency, often applying hit and run tactics, while government forces have waged a brutal counterinsurgency. Officials accuse OLA of committing a slew of atrocities against mainly Amhara residents of Oromia, a charge OLA leader denied. The Washington Post reported on 21 May that some attacks on Amharas have been carried out by a rival militia led by Faked Abdisida. So, viewers, that's all from my side. Thanks for watching.